everyone, what's up? Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Today we are taking a look at Ben Hogan's golf swing. We have a bunch of really good videos of Ben Hogan's golf swing with driver, front on, down the line, wedges, irons, 3-wood, everything for you guys to take a look at. One of the best golf swings of all time, and I'm going to be running you guys through it. So let's dive straight in. Also, remember, like this video, comment your thoughts down below, and make sure you are subscribed. So Ben Hogan's golf swing. Here we have Ben Hogan set up with the driver. I know it doesn't look like a driver, but that is the driver back in the day. I would have loved to have watched Ben Hogan. I'm sure we all would have. Probably, I would love to know if anyone here watching this video has actually ever got the chance to see Ben Hogan. I doubt it, but comment down below if you have. So, setup. Really a few interesting things happening here. A few things, slightly unusual. First of all, look at how far behind the club the grip is behind the club head, leaning that shaft back quite a lot. Now this maybe you had to hit up on the ball a little bit more with some of those older clubs to get that higher launch. But as we take this club away, big wide stance, really big wide base, Hogan very well known for that. As we take this club away, he actually starts to shift his body laterally to the right, but actually before he even takes the club away. And then as this club comes back slowly to the right, a big, huge turn back into that right hip. Look at this as he comes back. If we pause it before the top of the backswing, when he's just starting to get loaded up, when that left arm is parallel to the ground, let's pause it there. That's a good opportunity, because as he starts to get to the top, a few really interesting things are going to happen. But here, his lower body fully loaded up into that right hip, into that right side. Beautiful spine angle. Really good spine angle, tilted away from the target. You can see that his left side is pretty much in a straight line, which is quite interesting. That left heel will also be starting to lift up off of the ground. And we can see that here, left arm parallel to the ground. Just the wrist hinge is probably around 90 degrees. So pretty classic there. As we get to the top of the golf swing, now notice as he starts to take this to the top, he's actually going to turn even more with the hips, but shift weight laterally to the left. Really unusual move here. If we pause it at the top, which is quite a long swing, this really long golf swing. He has a lot of wrist hinge, some cupping in that left wrist. Now bear in mind a few things to know about Ben Hogan's golf swing. Ben Hogan had a very weak left-hand grip. This enabled him to get a lot more wrist hinge. He also apparently had very mobile wrists. I can't remember where I heard this exactly, but apparently his wrists moved in a way that just normal people basically couldn't. I can't remember exactly what it was. Some podcast I think I heard that from. And at the top here, really beautifully loaded into that right side. That left knee started to move in quite a lot. There's a lot of very modern things happening. That looks like a very modern body position, really. Quite a modern golf swing. Almost like a long driver's golf swing in some respects. Notice how he's already started shifting weight back left. So he's kind of turned to the top, but actually shifting weight behind him before he starts to rotate down. Now, as we start to slowly play this down, he's going to, again, shifting weight laterally left, really gets onto his left side early, then rotates, fires the lower body, and as he comes through with the upper body, then lower body clears out the way. And if we pause it somewhere around impact, a little bit blurry and hard to see, but you can see the body positions pretty clearly, how much weight is going through his left side. Not much weight on his right foot, that right foot almost pretty much up off the ground. He's really transferred all that weight to his left side, and he's pushed up off the ground as well. Notice how that left leg has extended. Again, very modern positions here. And also how he's maintained his spine angle, still tilted away from the target. Really, really, really impressive. As we play this through, maintains that spine angle, extends kind of back, that right foot actually dragging a little bit along the ground as he extends the arms and really comes through to that classic Ben Hogan finish position again with all that weight on his left foot. I'm just going to play this back a few times before we take a look at his driver swing from down the line. Let's just play this back a few times for you guys. I'll play it full speed a few times and I'll slow it down as well, because it is an incredible rhythm in this golf swing as well. The way it loads to the top and then on the way down, the sequencing is pretty impressive, pretty beautiful. And to be honest, like there's a lot there that you can tell has developed, has been brought into the modern golf swing, even from that far back. But there's a few really unusual things in this golf swing too, how he kind of shifts laterally almost behind him whilst he's still going to the top. That's quite unusual, like really, really interesting. Let's take a look at Ben Hogan's golf swing from down the line with the driver. Really, really good look here. Really fortunate to have these videos. So first of all, setup position. There's a few really interesting things in Ben Hogan's setup position here. A few interesting things with his alignment. His hips and knees are actually aligned slightly towards the left, whereas his feet are actually more to the right. And again, his shoulders and arm alignment are actually aiming quite far left, to slightly cross his feet. And as he takes this club back, if we pause it somewhere around parallel to ground, it's obviously old-fashioned cameras, not the best for seeing this, but we can kind of see he moves the club in quite flat, not much body turn at this point in the golf swing. Kind of takes it away a little bit, maybe with the upper body and the arms. And then as we start to play this to the top, now this is where the body starts to turn into that right side. And if we pause it at the top, that arm structure is pretty incredible. Ben Hogan was a very, very athletic guy. You would have to be able to get into some of these positions. Notice left arm very, very flat across his shoulders, and the right arm very, very, very connected to his body, very connected, almost pinned to the body. By the way, I just remembered where I heard that thing about Ben Hogan's wrist. It was actually from Butch Harmon in the Claude Harmon podcast, which I highly recommend checking out. Butch Harmon, luckily, Butch Harmon's dad was very good friends with Ben Hogan. And so Butch actually got to watch him play quite a lot. And, was really interesting. I highly recommend checking that out. They do talk in that episode about Ben Hogan quite a lot. Also, bear in mind at this position here, kind of very, very flat shoulder plane, very flat. Now, Ben Hogan's golf swing is a very flat golf swing overall. And if you were to try and swing like Ben Hogan, there's a few important things to understand. One, you'd need very flat clubs with a very flat lie angle. Because if you're coming into the ball that flat with a normal golf club, a few things are going to happen. The face is going to be pointing left. The heel is going to grab into the ground, again making the ball go left. So just bear that in mind. Now, as we start to swing down, incredible downswing. Just absolutely incredible downswing. Notice how rotates really hard, obviously shifted laterally too, and the arm structure of this golf swing, very mobile hips as well. If we slowly play this into impact and just pause it let's just pause it here to kind of just short of parallel with the ground. It's kind of difficult to see where the club is exactly with so much motion blur. Notice a few things. Notice the right foot, the right heel has not lifted up off the ground. He's rolling onto the inside of the right foot. This is a few things that some really good players in the modern game do. Tiger, Bryson DeChambeau, and a few others. Tony Finau, another one. And the arm structure is really good. A lot of external shoulder rotation, that right arm, and a lot of connection with the right elbow to the body. As we play this into impact and pause it, at impact, very rotated, hugely rotated. Again, super athletic guy. Very open hips and shoulders, very connected with the arms to the body. And here, he's going to extend the arms. The hips kind of stop moving a little bit. He releases the arms down the line and brings them up to that classic Ben Hogan finish position. It's actually in, like, from impact onwards, it actually reminds me a lot of Bryson DeChambeau's golf swing in how he doesn't really let the club face rotate over. There's not much release. He releases the arms and extends that right arm, but not much release actually rolling over the club face. He kind of holds on to it and keeps the hands in front of the body. So as you guys watch this a few times back, again, if there's anything I've missed, guys, comment down below. I'm trying not to get too into it because it's Ben Hogan's golf swing and it's absolutely incredible to see. Now let's take a look. This is Ben Hogan hitting 3-wood. And this is actually probably a slightly better quality image, actually. Now, Ben Hogan, body dimensions wise here, looks like he has very, very long legs. Quite a slender guy, pretty mobile. And let's just play this back a few times. Let's just play this swing slowly back a few times for you guys to take a look at. It's kind of hard to pause this in certain positions because there's so much motion blur that it's hard to get an overall kind of good look of where the club is. But you can see from this swing, the body positions are pretty incredible. I actually did try and swing a little bit like Ben Hogan for a while, to really not much success. Now, that was due to a number of factors. I just don't have the mobility that he had. He just gets his body into incredible positions. Ben Hogan is probably, if you're not aware of this, probably one of the best ball strikers of all time. Like, honestly, people who have seen him play just say he was just unbelievable. Just unbelievably good ball striker. He actually developed the putting yips later on in his career, which was a bit of a shame. But ball striking wise, just unbelievable ball striking, just incredible. Now, let's take a look at another swing, and I'll just go play through these swings for you guys. I'm not going to dive too much into them. I've kind of already gone through it. If there's anything else you guys see, please do comment down below and let me know. The other interesting thing that I do think is quite interesting with Ben Hogan's swing is we watched this one back in slow motion, slightly shorter iron here. The shorter the club was, the lower the hands and arms were across the body. He, as the club gets shorter, and let's play through another one. Let's play through a wedge swing. I think this is actually from Augusta. This is quite a short wedge, or 9-iron maybe. And you can see on this that the arms are really low below the shoulder plane. Now, I don't know if you would recommend that really. If you're gonna do that, there's some other things you need to understand in order to make really good contact with the golf ball, such as having a very flat lie angle on your golf clubs and a few other things. But Ben Hogan did it beautifully, and this is pretty incredible to watch. As he actually takes a pretty big divot here as well, really compressing that ball from such a low arm position. That's pretty impressive to be able to do that. And now let's take another look at some of his other swings, some of his iron swings, some of his driver swings. It's just pretty incredible to watch these, even just to watch the rhythm he had and the mechanics. There's so much from Ben Hogan's golf swing. Some really unusual things, but also a lot that's really, shaped the modern game in a lot of ways. Really, brought kind of golf to where it is now from a biomechanics standpoint. It is pretty incredible, and I'd love to hear your thoughts whilst we're watching these, what you're taking away from this, what you're thinking, what you're learning from this. I think for me personally, learning from this, just like what I'm picking up on is, I mean, it's a little bit tricky because I don't think it's a golf swing that a lot of people should copy. Certainly there are aspects of it to copy. Some of my favorite aspects are probably from front on, actually, the angle from front on. The body positions are really good. The way the body moves, the way he gets onto his left side, the way he clears that his hips and everything through the ball and extends through the ball, and the spine angle. He maintains his posture, his spine angle really, really well. I think those things are probably, in my mind, the important things to copy. The lower body work, all those foundational elements. I wouldn't maybe recommend getting the club quite so flat, quite so deep. Maybe some of those things wouldn't work for a lot of people, because Ben Hogan had huge amounts of mobility and athleticism to be able to rotate that hard to then get the club back out in front of him. It's not easy, guys. That's really not easy. It's not something everyone can do. So for that reason, just maybe don't copy everything from this golf swing. It's easy to fall in love with. It's really easy to fall in love with, guys. As I said, I tried to copy it for a while, not very successfully, it's not easy to do. It did not work out well for my golf game. It's certainly a lot better now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Love to hear from you guys. Please do let me know. Comment down below what you guys think of Ben Hogan's golf swing. It's just awesome watching these videos. I just absolutely love so much about it. Just the rhythm, the athleticism is insane to watch. We're obviously, we're fortunate to live in a great age for golf, but, missing seeing some of these greats play is maybe a little bit sad. In my next video, we're probably going to take a look at Jack Nicklaus golf swing, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I might also do a Jack Nicklaus versus Ben Hogan golf swing, a little comparison, maybe a little Ben Hogan versus Tiger, maybe a Jack Nicklaus versus Tiger. If you want to see those and let me know what you want to see, comment down below. I do take you guys' requests and reply to all of your comments. Give this video a like, guys. Comment down below. Love to hear any thoughts you have. And I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, guys, grip it and rip it.